What's up guys, Duarte here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are going to take a look at the tier 14 of the T4 challenge. That's the way we are going to call it, the tier 4 challenge. So we are going to take a look at the characters that we can use and take a look at the strategy, the characters I focused on, what kind of ISO weight we can use to help with this challenge. And if you found the information on this video helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. And if you're new to my channel, I really hope you consider subscribing. So let's get started and take a look at the limitations that we have. So for the tier 14, recommendations are level 80, which is not available yet, gear tier 15 and 4 red stars on each of those characters, and we can only use controllers and protectors. So we have a few interesting options here. We have Thanos, Hela, Magneto. Phoenix is not great for this challenge, but we have the Blob and Emma Frost in case you ever, Strife, Star-Lord, and Yo-Yo, Invisible Woman, and Sif. So there are good options here. There are a few other controllers that are very good, Taskmaster, Black Widow, Graviton, and a few others. But let's take a look at the video that I did and the strategy that I used to beat this challenge. Okay, so here we are. Let's take a look at the speed. Okay, 30% faster. So I actually lost the first time I did this challenge, and it was a little bit confusing. I was not sure exactly how to approach it, but then I realized, oh okay, I was doing the wrong order of the attacks. So let's go just back a little bit. So the characters I was using: Star-Lord, Magneto, we have Invisible Woman, the Blob, and Hela. So the Blob is protecting Invisible Woman because she's not gear tier 14, she's only level 70. She's only level 70, gear tier 13. And Hela, without the other Asgardians, she's kind of squishy, so it's good for her to have a little bit more survivability, and that's why we have the Blob. Then we have Star-Lord giving energy directly to Hela, so you'll be able to do her special and her ultimate as often as possible or as often as necessary, because sometimes you want to think before you do your ultimates. And then Magneto is always good to apply blinds, disrupts, and slows, and he's going to do a great advantage for us. And as you can see, in terms of ISO weight, I'm only using 2 healers, Invisible Woman and the Blob, and I'm using 2 strikers, but Magneto is completely unnecessary as a striker. You can make Magneto a healer or a skirmisher. And the Star-Lord, I use him as a skirmisher because I think it's the best option. Make sure you check out my playlist for the best ISO weights for each of those teams. And if you are part of my Discord, you will have access to all the characters in game with all the recommendations for ISO weight that I have for each of those characters, with the main spec and with the off spec. Okay, so let's get this going. Let's skip the loading screen. Okay, a little bit before. Okay, so here we go. And like I said before, the first time I did this on the other challenge, first try, first kill, but this one I was a little bit confused, and maybe I should slow it a little bit because this one it's not easy. So with Greg, what you want to do as first is to attack one of the guys next to the trooper, so the Greg dies, and then you can get some turn rewind on your enemies. Now what you want to do next, and as you saw, is to do the disrupt with the Magneto on the shield security. That will apply slow to him, and he already has the heal block and the slow. So after, you want to spread all that to everyone else. So as you can see, this is going to be really good. And now you want to start protecting your team, but also getting ready to do some damage on those minions, because as soon as those minions have their turn, they activate the shenanigans they have, and then you are screwed. So you want to do your ultimate with the Blob on Coulson, so you can attack the 2 minions at the same time. Then, because everyone is blinded, it's fine, you just have to deal with it. And as you see, we didn't have enough slow and turn rewind in one of the minions, so she already did the activation of the thing. So now we apply more blinds, and we try to do some damage. Unfortunately, I got that guy with the taunt. Maybe I should have not used the ultimate with Magneto. It was fine, I was able to apply some blitz to her, and now I should focus on the one that doesn't have the blitz. As you can see, that's what I did. And I did the basic. I want to save the special for next turn in case I have to apply Disrupt to a new shield security or something like that. Then with the special of the blob, you want to attack the two targets at the same time. So we already have a new wave, and this is the final wave, thankfully. But we have some annoying characters. Rescue can remove all the negative effects from the enemies, and we also have Nick Fury, that he can very fast give buffs to the enemies. And we have Namor, we have Shield Trooper. They are quite annoying. They do a nice amount of damage. Once again, I attack the character next to Trooper, so we can get some turn rewind. As you saw, I had all those negative effects on the Trooper, and that's why I brought Star-Lord. Hela was instantly ready to apply the ultimate once again and apply slow, disrupt, offense down and blight to each of those characters, and we really needed that slow. Unfortunately, we didn't have heal block. Heal block can be quite useful because Nick Fury can heal them for a little bit. So unfortunately we were not able to spread the heal block, but the slow and the blinds and the disrupts alone already help quite a lot. So you want to focus on one of the characters. Since the one in the middle is a little bit lower than the other, I want to get rid of her as fast as possible. So in case I fail to kill both of them, at least I killed one, so I still have a chance of killing the other one. And as soon as you kill these targets, your game is over. So I decided to split the damage because the other one was already quite low. Now I have the Greg with Explosion, applying 2 bleeds for 2 turns in case you have the T4 on Hela's special. And that's why Hela's special is very important, and I definitely recommend it. Even some content creators don't recommend it, but just by the bleeds alone it's quite relevant. And the third minion is gone, and now we just have to kill the other one. But as you can see, Rescue applying a lot of shield to her, but I decided just to go for damage, to focus 100% on that minion and just try to get rid of her. And yeah, in some situations you just want to nuke as fast as possible, so double tap with Hela special. Unfortunately the minion dodged because it's hand, and the hand like to do some funny stuff sometimes. So as you can see, she's quite almost having her turn, but because we killed the other one so fast, it's fine, we still have one more charge to go. But either way, we were able to get rid of her. Star-Lord is able to apply some nice nuke to a single target, and thanks to it, he also calls for assist based on luck, and that's going to result in more damage. So these characters that we used, they were doing a lot of damage, as you guys saw. So once again, let's take a look at the characters that I used and see if there are any other options that are better than these ones. All these characters are farmable, all these characters are legendary, easily obtainable. All the means to get them are in the game right now. So we have Magneto, Invisible Woman, Blob, Hela and Star-Lord. So let's take a look if there are any other characters that could be a little bit more helpful. Okay, so here we are, and in terms of helpful, I think Invisible Woman in this specific event was not that helpful because there were not many enemies applying negative effects to us. So maybe we can get rid of Invisible Woman and get a character that provides more damage. Now Thanos does not exactly provide more damage, but he provides energy, and energy is always helpful. So you can have Star-Lord in one corner, then you can have Hela, then you can have Thanos, then you can have the Blob, and the Blob will protect Thanos because Thanos will be taunting, and all the energy like this will go directly to Hela. So all the energy that usually is spread by 3 characters, like this is only spread for 2 characters. And then we can still use Magneto because he applies the blinds, disrupts and the slows, and especially on this event the special from Magneto is extremely important because he's applying disrupt and slow right away, and then the blind can come from Star-Lord. And once again, if you can, you want to apply the heal block to the same character and then spread all of them with Hela's ultimate, and using Thanos instead of Invisible Woman, you will have so much energy with Hela that you should have a little bit of an easier time. But like always, Invisible Woman gives some protection, but if you apply the healer specialization to Thanos, to Blob, and to maybe to Magneto is beefy enough, and keep Star-Lord as a skirmisher and Hela as a striker, you'll have a good amount of damage. Once again, Emma Frost and Phoenix, they're okay, but I don't think they'll be that useful here because we need that high amount of damage, and Emma Frost, she can only do a little bit of damage on specific situations. Phoenix, if she dies, you lose the 3 stars challenge, so you don't want to do that. So other characters I don't really see. I think those are the best options. So once again, you want to have Star-Lord, Hela, Thanos, and Blob and Magneto for the most damage output. But if you think you like in survivability, once again take Invisible Woman, and her shield and the special applying defense up will be very helpful. So that's going to be the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the tier 14 for the T4 ability challenge. If you like this video, you know what to do. You smash that like button like a boss. If the information on this video was helpful, make sure to share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, I really hope you consider subscribing, and I will catch you guys later.